Mis pancicos, ustedes pa Juan. Primeramente, saludos y respetos going out to everyone. So today I have not a sad story, but a difficult story of something that I went through. Um, and before I proceed, I would like to say, no, I have not overcame the situation. Uh, you could not be pretty much sure that you overcame the situation though until it's been like a year employed, uh, and everything's going good, you know. So let me bring you back to this, dog. When COVID came, and it's lost everything, and it is what it is. I try to work my way up into overcoming that, and then I caught myself a case. It wasn't a major case, but for those that know, when you catch a case, you lose, whether it's money, because if you're not going to work, whether if you're working, if you're not going to work, then you're not getting paid. So if you're not looking for work, then you're not going to get paid. Excuse me. And while you're in county jail, waiting for your case to culminate, reach its highest peak, you're not making no money. You're wasting money because you're in there, and then if you have a support system, then they're wasting the support that they could have been using to help you elevate and overcome whatever situation you were going through, you know. So it's funny because even though I think uh blue blue devil from the hater world, even though I think he is a dirtbag sometimes, not in the sense of him being broke or going through situations like me, but in the sense that he does dirtbag moves, like he'll kick you when you're down. So to his defense, dog, I told him, hey, look, fool, I've been homeless this past year and maybe year and some change, maybe a year and a half, And I've been waiting for this fool to get on camera, behind the camera, dog, and pretty much tell everybody because I'm not embarrassed of what I go through, what I've been through. If it's real, and I won't deny it, But this fool didn't say nothing, dog. So I'm tripping out, fool. Like he actually has some type of morals, and I have to respect that. Salute on that, Anyways, look. So I hit the county jail, being the fact that I was on parole, probation, parole for 16 years. I kind of know how to navigate through the system. And when you're on parole or probation, dog, where if you have if you're in a room with another family or whatever, you are gonna lose everything you have, everything you have, because they're gonna violate you. They're gonna find a way to violate you, my boy. Parole and probation, it's a money number. It's a money number, dog. You know what I'm saying? They have to get paid one way or another. So unless you're like straight up walking a straight line, they're gonna violate you, my boy. They'll violate you for wearing Raiders over here in Oxnard. You know what I mean? So that, and I'm not gonna lie, dog. You know, I came in as a journeyman, temporary journeyman with the union. So once I got incarcerated, lost my previous job, I wasn't able to get another one. I was on the list forever, dog, like for more than a year, the working list. Uh, and I'm not gonna lie, dog, all that combined, plus being on probation, um, all that combined, homie, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna waste the little money that I have renting a room or a studio. I couldn't even afford a studio at the time, but renting a room minimum. You know, I'm not gonna do that because probation will find a way to violate me, and I'm not gonna. I don't want that. Matter of fact, when I was on probation, I got into a physical altercation with a defector at the Swami in front of everybody. Luckily for me, luckily for me, probation didn't find out, and luckily for me, I didn't get violated. But that would have been it right there. And I didn't want to live with the thought behind my head like, oh, I'm gonna lose whatever little I have, you know. So, in essence, went homeless. I say I was homeless, but after further scrutiny, uh, my younger sibling told me that I wasn't homeless, I was trans. Let me tell you, if you're not gonna hit dirt bottom, if you're not gonna hit dirt bottom, let me tell you, my boy, living in a car, living in a car is more expensive. It's more expensive than if you were actually renting somewhere, like a little room or something, you know? Uh, so Simon, I ended up living in a car. Um, I like the air conditioning, you know. I don't like it to be I don't like to be dry or hot, you know. So I was wasting a lot of gas, you know, and it got to the point where I was like, man, you know, like I need to get off probation because if I don't get off probation, I'm never gonna succeed, Hans, you know. And if I get on probation again, best believe I'm going transit again. But that's why I'm not trying to do stuff that is gonna land me on probation because if I do end up on probation again or parole, then man, the feria that I'm wasting doing stuff like that, I could be, you know, saving, investing, well, not investing because right now I don't really have anything really good to invest on, but I mean, I could be saving and I could be taking better care of my son, you know. So Simon, I ended up transient dying. It had its goods, ups and downs, good and bad. There was certain good things like probation wasn't on me, like they weren't searching. Excuse me. One time I was parked by the beach and the Juras pulled up and they searched my car because somebody called. You know, I mean, there's I don't know what they called for. You know, I was just right there enjoying the view as anybody else. You know, there's a lot of people that do that. You know, so the Juras pulled up. They had a dog, but I mean, I didn't have nothing on me, so it didn't really matter. But that was like the only time, you know, probation, just going inside probation. I mean, you already know that. Don't ever have nothing illegal on you when you go to probation at all. Because when you leave probation, they search you sometimes, you know. My homeboy has caught a case like that. And also, I already knew about multiple cases where when you come out of probation, they ambush you and they search you and everything. So if you're on probation, of course you're not gonna have nothing on you, regardless. That is gonna land you back in the can, you know, back in jail. But yeah, that was my little experience being a transient. Um, I'm gonna continue to say I was homeless, even though um I'm not gonna say I was doing better than others, but it was something that I planned, and it was a sacrifice that I made in order to pretty much level up because you know what, I was getting too comfortable and I was already starting to do not criminal activity but just I was already starting to not care if I did a little felony or a little misdemeanor, break a little window here, break a little window there. And I could tell you that once you have a job, once you're renting a place, once you have bills, like right now, I want to buy a iPhone 17, but I want to keep my job for a couple more months in order to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna lose out if I buy an iPhone 17 for the YouTube Yardita, so I can come up with better videos, so I can have two phones and make good reactions within my means, you know. But that is the historia, that is the historia of me being transient. Um, Shout out to all the followers. I'm just right here to keep it real with you. And people have ups and downs, but I tell you what, if I ever become financially stable or somewhat of a successful person, I'm gonna remember this and everything that I went through when I was living in my car, everything that I went through when I was living in my car, I'm gonna remember. And it's gonna be motivation. Right now, it's motivational, big dog. I love going to wherever I'm renting and just sleeping in my bed, Holmes. I bought a brand new bed. It's not a big bed, but it's enough for me, Holmes. And I sleep good, dog. I sleep real good. You know what I mean? So con eso dicho, hopefully this little testimony uh serve someone else, you know, in a good way. Because the bad, just throw it out the window. You know what I mean? Con eso dicho, ahí estamos. I gotta go to work tonight. Hopefully the plans don't change because in trucking, a lot of plans change all the time. Pero con eso dicho, un chingo de amor y respeto to everyone watching my channel, everyone hitting the like, and everyone dropping a comment. Viva la raza. Vámonos.